Good morning, students. Today I am going to give you a short explanation about your next gland, that is your pancreas. So this is exocrine also and endocrine also. Okay, here you see that is lying below the stomach at the bend of duodenum. It is both a ductless gland as well as the duct gland. Okay, as a duct gland, what happens? The pancreas contains some cells that is responsible for secreting the digestive juices in the duodenum. Then in some specialized cells, that is cells name is islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans, the name is after the discoverer, that is the Langerhans. He was a scientist. So the islets of Langerhans, these are the group of cells. They contain alpha, beta and delta cells. The alpha cells, these all are exocrine parts. Okay, in 1869 it was discovered. Okay, 1869 islets of Langerhans was discovered. Alpha cells secrete glucagon, beta cells secrete insulin. The work is lowering of blood sugar level, and the delta cells secrete somatostatin. Okay, so this glucagon responsible for the metabolism of glycogen. Okay, then insulin, it lowers the blood sugar level, and somatostatin, that is maintaining the amount of different all other products in blood. Now coming on to insulin. So insulin, it is secreted by beta cells and it lowers the blood sugar level, and then it acts as the precursor for the lowering of blood pressure. Okay, then how it is helping? First, it makes the cells more permeable to glucose. Second one is it enlarges the glucose oxidation of the cell. Then increases the rate of conversion of blood glucose to glycogen. So it increases glucose to glycogen. It increases this reaction. Then promotes the conversion of glucose into fats. So glucose is converted into fats by the insulin. Then it is regulating the blood sugar level, already discussed. Its secretion increases when there is blood sugar level is being raised in the blood, and decreases when blood sugar level falls. Okay, so according to this there are different terms. The first one is hyperglycemia. As the name is suggesting, the blood sugar level will be increased. Hyperglycemia, hyper means increase. Then you have glycosuria. Glycosuria means in the urine portion the presence of sugar will be there. Then polyuria. Polyuria is condition where large volume of urine formation takes place and it causes the loss of water. Then delayed healing of the wounds, and there will be weight loss, and victim becomes weaker. The victim becomes weaker because the glucose that is secreted in the urine. Okay, polyuria. It causes loss of water also, and glycosuria. Next is your glucagon. It is secreted by alpha cells, and then it is a blood sugar raising hormone hyperglycemic hormone. It is also called hyperglycemic hormone. So it increases the blood sugar. It has an opposite effect of insulin. These two are, insulin and glucagon, are opposite to each other. It induces the process of glycogenesis. So it is inducing glycogenesis, means synthesis of glycogenesis was in case of beta cells. This is glycogenolysis. Glycogenolysis means the breakdown of glycogen to glucose. Here what you have seen in beta cells, the glucose was converted into glycogen, and in glucagon opposite will be there, the glycogen will be converted to glucose again. So here one diagram is given, you see liver glycogen. Here you have glucagon, and then here you have insulin, and leads to glucose. Means it accelerates the synthesis of glucose or glucagon from the non-carbohydrates like the fats and amino acid. A proper balance between insulin and glucagon, this has to be stimulated, necessary to maintain the proper sugar level, blood sugar concentration in the body. Okay, now coming on to the next part, it is your feedback control. So in feedback control, what will happen? Okay, suppose it is your pituitary gland, then you have, suppose it is secreting TSH, then your thyroid gland will be stimulated. Suppose your thyroid gland will be stimulated and it will secrete thyroxine. Okay, then here activity of thyroxine starts in body. Now suppresses TSH formation. So now see here, the endocrine gland show how the hormones are coordinating. Certain dangers like adrenaline to produce activities. Sex hormone maintains the long-term process like growth and development. Thyroid and pituitary gland plays an important role in the growth of the body and the internal environment of the, for maintaining in constant internal environment of the body, it is responsible. For effective control, two opposing systems are needed. First is your secretion and one is your suppression. Every muscle has partner, causes its antagonistic effect, that is the opposite effect. That is, biceps lift the arm while the triceps, they are lowering it. The hormones are also having this type of effects. So in this case, what is happening? Suppose if it is promoting the growth of means to produce thyroxine. Suppose pituitary is releasing TSH, it is going to thyroid gland and it is informing there that we have to secrete thyroxine. Then if suppose the thyroxine has been secreted to a particular level, then what happens? That suppresses the TSH formation and this goes to the pituitary gland and it stops secreting TSH. Fine adjustment is required by the body to maintain its balance. The balance is maintained due to the feedback mechanism. So once TSH is produced, suppose I am taking this example, thyroxine will be there, and thyroxine work is the growth and metabolism. Okay, so if suppose the glucose molecules will be broken down to release energy, after that, if suppose the glucose molecules are, it has the level of glucose molecules comes down in the blood, in that case it suppresses the TSH formation, the information will go to pituitary, and then what will happen? It will start, it will give the information that TSH should be suppressed, as a result of which TSH will not be released. When released in sufficient amount, thyroxine sends a feedback here to the pituitary gland and the levels of thyroxine will be maintained. So this is related to all other hormones also in the same way. Suppose the information will be, if suppose it is released or secreted in proper amount, in adequate amount, then a suppression TSH suppression will be, message will be sent to the pituitary gland or any other related gland, particular gland, to stop the secretion of this hormone. Okay, so this is called feedback control of the body. If a person is taking balanced diet, all these types of feedback control will be automatically controlled by the body. Okay, so this was the last chapter, and this was all about the endocrine system.